We are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., President, Founder, CEO of the Henderson Financial Group. I'm a certified financial planner, I'm a certified tax coach. We're filming here, broadcasting live here from the Henderson Financial Group studios located here in Miami Lakes, Florida. I'm solo again today. My sister-in-law, Linda V. Harris, she's on assignment. Matter of fact, she's in a development course, a development class, and it's really it's pretty demanding because the Henderson Financial Group, that's one division that Linda is heading, and it's real estate. Um, I am a certified financial planner, but my first professional license back in 1979 was real estate. So we do a lot of real estate at the Henderson Financial Group, mainly because we like the diversification. We like REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust, but we like to have more control of where our money is gone and how to invest our money. Real estate investment trusts are good, but you don't have much control at all. So what we like to do is find our own properties, and we find properties all over the country, and we like the tax benefits, and we have a property manager to manage it, and we like the cash flow, and we definitely like a tenant paying it off, at one point in time where you don't have to pay it off, and we definitely like getting all the tax credits for those rents, and all the benefits. And it comes along with when you get a property in New York or California or Hawaii or Atlanta or Texas. If you have properties where your homestead isn't, anytime you travel to those properties, you get a tax deduction. And I mean a tax deduction because you're going to check out your property, and the tax code says that you can that travel, the expense, the food, the airline ticket, the rental costs, all of that is tax deductible. So understanding how the U.S. tax code is very important. But I think that real estate is a good piece to have inside of your financial portfolio. And like I said, we like real estate investment trust REITs, but I've been doing them a long time, and it doesn't give you a whole lot of control. So Linda, uh, she's out on assignment. Linda is going feet first, head first, however you want to say it. She's diving in to doing a lot of development and real estate acquisition and understanding. You know, a lot of people don't understand how the system works. Most people who don't have a lot of wealth, you guys look at it differently. You think that only people that are already wealthy can build real estate empires. But I'll tell you the truth. When you start digging in and going behind the curtains, you find out that a lot of wealthy people don't use their own money. I want to say that again. A lot of wealth is acquired by using other people's money, OPM, and it's not readily known to everybody, but that's the way it works. So there are CRAs, community revitalization associations, in almost every major city, and they definitely have them in the hood. And money is allocated for housing and improvement, but a lot of people don't take advantage of it. Now, a lot of wealthy people do. Um, Talk about welfare. Corporate welfare is bigger than you can even imagine. Most people talk about food stamps or Section 8 or whatever, but a lot of wealthy people get a lot of money from the government, guaranteed, because they build, uh, and there's a lot of tax credits and a lot of tax codes, and they don't use their money, believe it or not. There are programs that says if you're going to help housing, we'll give you the land. You just got to build it, and then you can get the cash flow. You just can't sell it. You got to keep it for 10 years or 20 years or whatever. But if you're getting the cash flow and you're doing it, and you have to use none of your money, then that's a good deal. The problem is a lot of people don't know about those deals and those structures. A lot of buildings, let's say in downtown Miami, a lot of those buildings are put together and financed, not coming out of the pockets of the wealthy people. No, man. It's just the way how you do things. That's why I say uh, uh, doing things in a certain way is very important. And hearing that more than 60% of Americans, in the country, you guys don't have any type of guidance. You don't consult, a financial advisor, a planner, and you try to do it yourself, because I don't know if that's ego and pride, but when you want to learn and you don't know something, you got to get some assistance. I mean, you can't wait the table at the rest. You can't wait the table, wash the dishes, serve the food, be the host, be the accountant, wash the dishes. You can't do all that, and have a balanced life. You need other people. You need other people. You need a team. So a lot of people, believe it or not, and it's sad that in the country, 60% of people don't have any consultant, no financial consultant. And that's why a lot of people are not, like 95% of you all are not wealthy, because you just don't know. And a lot of times you find out stuff when you're 80 years old and you say you wish you coulda, shoulda, woulda, and it's a wrap. I mean, it's never too late to learn something, but time is everything. And then if you don't really have a whole lot, it's pretty hard for you. If you can't demonstrate that you have a lot, it's kind of hard for you to get a younger person, for you to advise them and tell them, don't do what you did, do it this way, because they will look at your results. And that's just it. I mean, if you want to influence somebody, they got to look up to you, or look at you and say, look how, and you have to demonstrate how have you gotten there. You know what I mean? I mean, you just have to. That's why, according to universal laws, you have to take care of yourself first. And even the airlines industry, they'll say, when you're on an airline and you're on an airplane and the plane has a lot of turbulence, or it's diving deep or whatever, and the oxygen mask drops down, you don't put the mask on your kid or somebody, a minor. You put it on yourself first, because you always got to make yourself first strong. And that's what I want to talk about today. Usually today's topic is the laws of cause and effects in financial planning. And I want to examine this law, because I use this law quite a bit. I mean, I really, really, really do. Because this law of cause and effect, there's no room to blame anybody, because each and every one of us have individual choice. And one of the requirements for you, that in order to really prosper in using cause and effects, is you have to have discipline. There's some prerequisites to being successful. You have to have certain ingredients, like cooking a good meal. You got to have certain spices. You got to have salt, or you have pepper or something, paprika or some spices, and it makes things a little bit more, give you more flavor, and it tastes good. It's the same thing, when you're trying to accomplish a goal. There's certain ingredients. If you don't have what we call discipline, self-discipline, to make yourself do things, and when you don't feel like doing it, it's going to be pretty hard for you to accomplish a lot of goals. So you got to have self-discipline, and you got to have a commitment. You got to say, okay, for this whole 30 days, I'm not going to eat any bread, any white bread. I'm not going to eat anything bread. I'm not going to eat no bread. I'm just going to eat my food. And for 30 days, I'm just not going to, and see if you can do it. It tells you a lot about yourself. The reason why I say see if you can do it, because there's nothing better than working on yourself and your habits. And a lot of us have some habits, and there's some bad habits that has gotten us where we are right now. We can all look back and do a replay and say, the moves that we made. I mean, I know I certainly can. We all can, because you learn from mistakes. I don't think that there's no better teacher than a mistake. You did it wrong. You got you said 1 + 1 is 5, and teachers told you that was wrong. You can argue all you want to, but if you keep saying 1 + 1 = 5, you're going to get it wrong. Sooner or later, you're going to say, okay, let me do it this way. And 1 + 1 = 2, but you learn. And then the year later, 10 years later, 1 + 1 come up. You don't say 5. You say, no, I'm going to get it right this time. 1 + 1 is 2. And that's pretty much how simple it is in terms of life and your life journey. And I'm talking to you elementary, but it really is hard, but it's easy. And having good financial planning and having habits. So I want to start off with the law of cause and effect. Last week, we talked about the law of compensation. Usually, my daughter, Hyacinth, on Wednesday, we talk about this kind of stuff, the mind stuff. But last Wednesday, we didn't have chance to. We were so busy. Heisey was out. This year, man, we got a lot of courses, a lot of webinars, a lot of training to do. And it's amazing how I've been doing in this financial service business for over 30 years, 37 years to be exact. And you'll hear me saying I'm taking courses and I'm training. And I want you to understand when I say that what I'm really saying. I'm really saying you never stop learning. I'm really saying that it's always good, better, best. Anybody who thinks they've reached the top and there's nothing else to learn, you don't want to be around that person. You want somebody who constantly love what they do and continue to sharpen their knife. You have to, because the world continues to evolve and change. We can't still be talking about beepers right now when we're talking about smartphones. When now we're talking about chat GPT, then we're talking about AI. You can't still be talking about horse and buggies. A lot of y'all have financial advisors or go to the bank or just call up Fidelity or Vanguard. And that's not really financial planning. I mean, it's like transactional, but you need to understand how money works, how you work, and how to get money, how to keep it, how to make it grow. So I've been on this whole thing about the mind. And like I said, I want you to go back and I want you to look at a few weeks back on Wednesday, my daughter and I, Hyacinth, we talked about the 12 laws of karma. And then we went over the 12 laws of universal law. And the reason why I'm talking about this, because all the major CEOs, Fortune 500 CEOs that are very wealthy, they live by these principles and these laws. And you didn't know that, but that's the secret. And they don't talk about it because, this is what they do in order to strengthen themselves. We all have to continue to learn and coach ourselves and grow and develop. You never get to the point where you say, okay, I know it all. Think about this. If you have the most profitable money earning CEOs in these Fortune 500 companies, and if they read 60 books minimum a year, and it's only 52 weeks a year, that means they're reading. That means they're learning. And you would think they don't have to learn anymore because they got all the money, they got all the spoils. Who needs to read? Let somebody else do it. No, they're constantly sharpening their knife. And that's why I say even this year, here it is, 2023. Oh my God, we got so much training and so many webinars and so much to do with the Henderson Financial Group that you guys don't even see us doing. That's why we're not a 9 to 5. We're here at 7 o'clock at night, 7:30. And the only time I really relax, honestly, is on a Sunday. And that's not really relaxing because if I'm riding my bike 20, 25 miles to get my exercise in, or then I'm always reading something, but it's not really work because I really like it, And some of y'all like video games, but I never got anything out of a video game. I really haven't. I'm not trying to knock, grown people playing video games. But I'm in this reality world, so I really don't want to be make-believe. I'm in this what I am now. I need to try to be the best that I could be, okay? Boy, there's nothing like peppermint tea in the morning. It's either green tea or peppermint tea. That's some good stuff. You know what I mean? I'm constantly into my body trying to see what makes me feel this way or that way and trying to do a lot of research and development. You have to do research and development on your own because you can't rely on these hospitals because they just practicing, they're experimenting. And major, most of the time, trust me, when they give you all these different drugs you can't even pronounce or spell, that's because some pharmaceutical rep has came in there and promised them a cruise if they solicit and give you these drugs and sell more of these drugs, basically. I know you didn't know that, but I'm telling you, I got a lot of doctors as clients. Almost all the industries have these. And the medical industry, man, I tell you, you got to start taking care of yourself and doing some home remedies. And like I said, work on your discipline. Say you're not going to eat 30 days. See if you can do it. You never did it. You're not going to eat bread or you're not going to eat no starch for 30 days. Just try it. See how strong you are, Because if you want to really master your life, first you got to master you. You can't master somebody else until you master yourself and you got your whole body. Most of us can't even name our body parts. And we've had these bodies, for 64 years. You don't know where your spleen is. You don't know where you can't even point to your kidney. You don't know where your gallbladder is. And you've been carrying this, walking around this body and you've been misusing it. Then you go to the hospital and talk to some doctor. And it depends on if the doctor studied or care. And most of the doctors, not trying to knock doctors, but a lot of doctors and attorneys on drugs. I'm gonna say it. They come on, People are shocked that I'm not on drugs. I can't be on drugs. I don't take no drink. Listen, I have all my cylinders got to be working sharply. And I believe in naturalness. I got a natural high. I love to laugh, but I like to learn because I know every time I learn something, I go, oh my God, I just learned this. That means I didn't know it. How much more is it out there? I'm looking for more. It's like if you go and you have this field and you find some gold. All of a sudden you dig and you find gold. You're gonna say, okay, I found some gold. Let me go home. No, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this whole field? How much gold is in here? That's a desire. That's a thirst. That's how I feel about investments, financial planning, learning, looking from a different perspectives. Okay. And I want you, I'm telling you this because I want you guys to get in the game, man. Because let me tell you something. I still don't understand how you can have this much melanin in you and being in America and don't understand that if you don't have no money, if you getting money and you spending it all, you're going to be a mental slave. And I'm going to tell you, the new slave is not necessarily by the color of your skin. It's about class, haves and have-nots. You got white slaves, Spanish slaves, Chinese, Asian slaves, black slaves. It's going to be, you can't get in because you don't have the money. You out there with the wolves because we're close to getting to the haves and the have-not. And let me tell you something, we are living longer unless you're doing some crazy stuff. And you got to take care of your body. You got to take care of your mind and your body. That's your number one treasure, man. If you are mentally in shape and you're getting rid of those bad habits, you'll be okay. And there's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn. And life can be really, really good. Now, are you ever going to have enough money where stuff don't happen? That's impossible. Let me just tell you this right now. I don't care if you're a gazillionaire. Stuff happens. Your roof going to leak. Something going to happen to the toilet. It just is. Okay? It's something going to happen. Something going to happen to the car. Some fool going to run in back of you or hit you. It just happens. You know what I mean? Something. And if you got children, you can forget it. They always got problems. And they married or not married. All right? And if you got a pet, oh my God, the pet, oh, something. Don't get me talking about how much it costs to take care of your loving pets. Oh my God, what is that? It's all about money, man. So much is about money. That's why I want you guys to understand. This show is called Understanding Money. Today's show, I got to get into your head to tell you, because you need some magic. You need that, you need that secret. You need that. So today we're talking about the laws of cause and effect. I want you, as I'm talking, I want you to look in the mirror now, and you got to be honest with yourself. The laws of cause and effect. How does it affect financial planning? See, because what I'm talking to you about, if we would have all learned this right as we was learning our ABCs and got it, the world would be a much better place. But the education system didn't want us to learn what I'm about to talk to you about. Didn't want us to talk about it because education, for the most part, teaches us what to think, not how to think. And people who know how to think, they're more creative, they're more wealthy. And a lot of us, it's like we have an itch, but we have a thirst, but we can't quench it because we know that we should be able to, but we just don't know how to do it. Just having money itself is not an end game. It really isn't. I use money to give me more options and better choices. And that's what money is. Money gives you more options and more choices. It gives you more freedom. Okay? It gives you more freedom to do and to choose and to really think. I mean, you don't want to eat that. You want to eat that. But this right here is bad for your body, but it's cheaper. But this right here is better for your body and it costs more. You want to be able to say, okay, the money not the problem. I want to get something that's better for my body. I'll pay more. And that's the way the system is just set up. So understanding how money works, understanding how your mind works, understand your habits. Now, cause and effects. Everything that you see around you, just look around your house. Everything that you see, every object from the TV, somebody thought of that. I mean, if you look at 30 years ago, we didn't have these flat screen TVs. Anybody still have a big box, square TV? No. We didn't have these flat screen TVs. And then when they came out, they was like $15,000, $20,000. It was only for the wealthy, the rich. But look at them now. Everything starts with a thought, a cause. And we all have at least 80,000 thoughts a day. The problem is most of y'all thinking the same old thoughts. Y'all can't wait to get up and eat some chicken. Or y'all can't wait to get up and have a drink. Or y'all can't wait to do the same thing. You know, the same thing. You have to have different thoughts in order to get a different results. How you doing? Let me say hello to everybody first. I will say he don't like when I start making a point and I stop and say hello to y'all, but I want to just greet y'all. I'm gonna come back to the cause and effect. Okay, Carlene, you make sure I mention Ivo. She's not watching. Carlene, you make sure I mention his name. I'm gonna mention his last name. That's my riding buddy. I love the dude, but I got to greet my people. How you doing, this Mr. Carvel, Mrs. and Mrs. Redhead? Good morning, Mr. Joe Witherspoon, Tara, how you doing? Neil, I know Neil close by. Denise Ward, good morning, Brenda Brown, good morning, Curtis, good morning, Shay, daughter-in-law, good morning, LJ, and a lot of people who did not sign on. Okay, so how does cause and effect affect financial planning? See, in order to understand cause and effect, you really, first of all, you got to take the mask off and you really got to have a come to Jesus moment. In other words, you have to really be honest with yourself. You cause wherever you are, whatever position you are in life financially or anywhere, it was because of your choices. It really was. Think about it. Because when you really understand the way the law works, you can't blame anybody, because the creator of the heavens and the universe basically says, I'm going to give each and every one of y'all freedom of choice, freedom to think. And guess what? Nobody is allowed to violate what you think. They can't even see what you're thinking. It's such a private cocoon, secret place to hide out what you think. You can be in prison and behind bars, and the guard's wondering, why are you smiling? Because you're thinking that you're in Hawaii. You can use your mind to take you anywhere you want to. That's just how powerful your mind is. The thoughts are powerful. So let's go back to wherever you are. If you broke, busted, and disgusted, if you look at how did you get there? See, because wherever you are right now, that's the effect. That's the effect of something that happened. That's the reason why something that happened. If you find yourself in New York and last night you was in Miami, the reason why you're in New York right now, because you thought that you wanted to go to New York, you got a plane ticket or bus ticket or whatever, and you took the action, and the effect is now you're in New York. If you are single, okay? If you are single and you was divorced, you can play back what had happened. What was the cause of this effect? The effect is what you see right now. You've got to learn to get in front of the effect, because the effect is really secondary. The effect is like leftover food. The effect is not primary. It's secondary. It's after the good stuff happened. The cause is all the power. The cause. I want y'all to let that resonate. So if you understand cause and effect, you can really, really steer and drive and navigate your life. You really can. I mean, you could. I mean, you really, really could. If you say, I want to be a dentist, you just can't be a dentist. You got to work on the causes. You got to study. You got to get some training. That's the causes. And if it takes you 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, when the time goes by, then the effect shows up. How are you a dentist? I did some things. I'm a certified financial planner. You just can't call yourself a certified financial planner. You can say if you want to, but you'll be lying. But 35 years ago, I entered a class at the University of Miami. I was the blackest spot in there. All the people older than me. The highest math I ever studied was general math. You know what general math is? Well, the addition, subtraction, multiplications, fraction. That was just general math. I had never had calculus, algebra, nothing. And here I want to make more money. and they give us this these equations, and I'm like, what the heck is this? But I'm the only black person in this class, and it's a CFP class. And most of my friends and neighbors never even heard of what's a certified financial. This was 35 years ago. That's why the effect is right now what I did 35. Now, why did I do that? Because I wanted more. Because I knew that there was a secret. It was a way to study how money works and what you need in order to navigate through this world. The cause. Work on the cause. And every day we have bad habits that are causing our lives to turn out the way it's turning out. You got to zero in the cause of it. You don't treat the effects. The cause. Why do you feel like? Here's a lady who makes $300,000 a year. That's $25,000 a month. She makes sure she spends all $25,000. She just feels like money is for getting and spending it, and that's how you living. And she don't have $10,000 saved. Yes, there's so many people, and she's wondering why this is happening to me. Because we have to go back mentally and find out, why do you feel money is like a revolving door? Why do you feel that you're supposed to get money and just buy stuff that you don't even need, or buy stuff and just spending it? What is going on? It's like you just got to get rid of it. You got to get rid of it. That's why you see so many people that make easy money, drug dealers. They spend the money. They got to make it rain. Somebody's ill-gotten gain when you get it easy. There's a saying that you can tell a person how they make their money is how they spend their money. You got a fool out there just spending. That's fast money. That's because it's coming in fast. He ain't worrying about if some fall on the ground or whatever, because he's making so much. I remember Mike Tyson say he made $300 million. This fool back during the day, he would buy a Rolls Royce, and he's driving. He sees somebody, he just got the car and say, hey, you want the Rolls Royce? You can have it. That's because, same thing with Bobby Brown. They throwing money out the window. But then you wind up, they don't have the money. They hit rock bottom. That's the lesson. How did they get like that? That cause and that effect. You have to be able to look at yourself and say, what am I doing? You got to have a come to Jesus moment, each and every one of us. So if you really, really, really want to be prosperous, if you really, really want to get your financial house in order, then you will study this cause and effect. Study yourself. Just get up on your discipline and your commitment. Now, why am I talking about this? Because really, you know what money really means to me? More freedom. It's not about the things and the stuff. It really is. Because the stuff fades away, Most of us have too many clothes, too many shoes, too many, come on, really, when you start learning, you get to a point, stuff like that shouldn't be so exciting to you. And peer pressure is very, very real. And that's all in your head. It really is. Here you are 70 years old and you got to wear something new every time to church. Every day you go to church. Every Sunday you got to have on something new you can't repeat. That's all in your head, man. Who you think the people don't care? That's your money. And the problem is that if you keep living long and long and long, you're going to run out of money. And if you ain't running out of money because you're on a pension, you got it going in, you got it flowing like that, and this is what you want to do, what example are you setting for the next generation? What example? You're 80 years old and you just spending your money. What example are you setting for your grandchild, for your neighbors, for other people? What really? I mean, you don't want to be like the Wizard of Oz and it's all faked and show. You want to have some substance. You want to use money to create generational wealth. That's what you want to do. You really, really do. You want to flow it. You want to keep it flowing. So today's lesson, if you all just chiming in on us, Brenda Brown or Deshaun, Carol Miller, we're talking about the principle, the law of cause and effect. Wherever you are, if you live in paycheck to paycheck, there's a reason. And as a matter of fact, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, because you cannot get past go, like the game of Monopoly. You cannot go further until you learn what you've learned. You will repeat it and repeat it. Some of y'all die never learn it. But it is a formula. Like me, all of a sudden tomorrow, if I get $200,000, I got to invest it. I got to find out, okay, this $200,000 got to work for me. I ain't thinking about getting no car, driving down the street for y'all to look at me. I don't want you looking at me. I want to still be able to walk into Walmart or Target. I don't want to say, I don't want no cameras on me. I don't want that. I want to still be able to go and be free, because ain't nothing better than the feeling of being freedom and not watch. You don't want to have to do something. You don't want to have to. On chill. That's freedom, man. So if I got $200,000, if all of a sudden somebody I got a fee, attorney say, okay, Henderson, we need you in financial plan. We need you to work on this case. Your fee's gonna be $250,000. If I make $250,000 from a fee, attorney says it's a big lawsuit, and they need my help. Nobody won't know. I don't go home and say, hey, honey, I just made $250,000. Now, why don't I do that? Because we all human and money changes people. If everything good and I've been married, may be 36 years, you think I'm going to come home and say, honey, I just made $250,000? You don't think that's going to have some sort of effect on her? In effect, I don't want it to have on her. I want her to just be mellow. She know when she go to the store or whatever, she ain't got to worry about no finances. Just keep it like that. If all of a sudden I made $10 million, you think I'm going to tell, hey, honey, I made $10 million. When I'm going to do that? She may change. I ain't got time for that. Money changes people. It really, really does. I just keep it going. Everything okay. I'll take that money and I just find somewhere to put it to make it grow. That's what I do. And that's what you should be doing. Because you want to be able to, especially if y'all work for the man or a woman or whatever, and you don't like what you're doing, you want to have enough money where the money can start working for you and you can chill. You still want to do something gainfully to help, because you're put on this planet, this earth, to help. And we all have an effect on each other. Some of y'all lying and showing out, got all these Rolls Royces and got all these Bentleys and all that, and got all these expensive cars, and you ain't got 2 nickels to call it a dime. Who you fooling? Now listen, everybody, a lot of people have to go through that. But and everybody have their time to wake up. And I understand it. And a lot of times we try to talk to our loved ones until they blue in the face. But everybody don't wake up the same time. And it's just like, you cannot feed a baby chicken and the baby don't have no meat. They don't have no teeth. You cannot. You got to give it baby food. I understand that. So a lot of you all say, you try to tell this person and tell that person, you got to be blessed, first of all, to have your eyes open. You really do. So I'm talking to, and the ones that hear me, y'all hear me. The ones that don't hear me, you don't supposed to, it ain't your time to hear me. I understand it. I used to didn't understand that, but everything is timing. But you got to have a good heart and you got to have a desire. The desire says, okay, the creator will open the door so the wisdom can sink in. But you got to have a desire, but you have to have a good desire. You do no harm. You don't want to show out or try to big up somebody or embarrass somebody or think they're better than. I don't like bougie people. Don't walk around trying to be bougie. One thing about Robert Henderson, ain't bougie. I like to catch things on sale. Okay. I don't like to brag about how much I spent. I want to brag about what a discount I got. That's what I like. Okay. And I'm not saying that I don't like good things. Every people that know me know I like quality. I like good stuff. I like deals because I know that deals are always happening. Just like I told you at the top of the show, a lot of these buildings that you see going up in the major cities, you thinking they came out of their pocket and built that. No, they use a lot of government resource, a lot of government money. The biggest welfare recipients on the planet is wealthy people. Okay, I'm going to say that again because y'all don't know this. The biggest welfare, the most money that the government gives to people are not poor people. No, they're talking about they want to get rid of Section 8 and all these entitlement programs. Let me tell you something. When you look at these companies, you see that, do you see that war that's going on right now? You think all that money that they spending $500 billion and all this kind of stuff. Do you think that's just going in the canal when they say they spent it? When they gave Ukraine money, that money ain't going in the canal. That going in somebody's pocket. There's a company who they all associated with that makes the army vests. They make the army boots. The people that getting government contracts and they build those tanks, they rich because they get money from the government to fight wars, and government make up wars. You know, they kill people. I mean, you see looking on TV, you look at some of these tanks and it's like, my goodness, this is a movie? They're actually killing people? They're actually going to actually take a bomb and bomb this building and destroy the building only when it's over to go and build it back up. And they already got a company who's going to rebuild it back up. They're going to spend money, but that money ain't going in the canal. It's going in somebody's pocket. That money is circulating. Let me tell you something. All the money on the planet just circulates. It don't go in the canal unless it get dirty. But nowadays, they're getting rid of that paper money. Everything is like transactional. I mean, it's like, you know, just like Zelle. You don't see no Zelle or Cash App or wiring money, or you don't see no greenbacks. No, it's still money, but when they say they spending money and we spending too much money, no, somebody making money. It's going from here to somebody's pocket. It's the same thing about all industries. They don't spend no money. Money going, if it's coming out of you're spending money. And it's going out of your pocket and going to somebody else's pocket. When you say, listen, I want to go to Miami Beach and I want to go spend, Prime 112 and spend $500 for two people, you spent it, but it went in somebody's pocket. They got richer. You got to understand how money works, okay? Miss Liddy Mae Vickers, me too. Sell is my thing. That's right. So today we're talking about cause and effects. A lot of it, and I want you to do some self-analysis. I know a lot of people have therapists because it's in vogue now. People used to, be ashamed to have a therapist, but now it's fashionable to have a therapist. I got to talk to my therapy. I have at least 4 clients that are therapists. Most of the time, the therapists need therapy. But anyway, that's another story. But anyway, they know they do. After listening to them stories of people run you out, make you run you crazy. But anyway, most therapists need therapists. Y'all think I'm laughing, but I'm telling you. But that's another story, okay? But just like me, I see a lot of financial stuff, the way people spend their money. I'm like, oh my God, it lets me know. That's why I'm not really easily impressed. Because, you may say this guy look like Big Willie, but he ain't got a dime. He's just like the Wizard of Oz, the little man behind the curtain. He spent everything he's wearing. Anytime you see a fool with all this gold and all this kind of stuff, trust me, look at his mind. He needs to be validated. He really do. Anytime you see anybody with all this bling, feel sorry for the person. They need to be validated. They want you to look at them. They're suffering from something, low self-esteem or something, When you see a wealthy person walking out with a t-shirt on and some shorts, he don't care. He know he got it. He ain't trying to impress you. Everybody know he got it. Yeah. He ain't got to put on all that, spend all that money for something. You think I'll be spending a whole lot of money for a t-shirt? You think I will go get a t-shirt that costs $500, some cotton? That don't make a lot of sense to me. I don't care if I'm making $100 million a month. I ain't buying no t-shirt for $500. That don't make me feel good. It's still cotton. All right. So cause and effect. What are you doing and what are you causing to create your financial condition? If it's not good, what are you doing? Are you eating out too much? What are you doing? Are you smoking too much? Are you drinking too much? What are you doing? Are you saving at least 10 to 20% of your money? Because you just don't get that. Where I am, my wealth right here, I didn't inherit nothing. My father was a drunk. My mother was a janitor. I didn't figure out I wasn't getting no inheritance. You think when I was coming up, you think I'm gonna spend all the money I did get? Come on, I wanted to live a long life. Nothing for nothing needs nothing. I ain't have nothing. So I had to change my ways. Thank God I didn't have a lot of trauma in terms of just feel like I had to, spin and fake my way. No, I wanted to real McCoy. So cause and effect. And when you think about the whole universe works off cause and effect. It really, really does. Everything works off cause and effect. You can say, okay, LeBron James, they pay him $100 million a year. I wish I was LeBron James. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you knew what LeBron James spent $1 million a year on his body, conditioning, getting up, running. Can you imagine running all them basketball games up and down today to night? Most of y'all don't want to run a mile, or half a mile. You got to run. They timing you like you're a fucking machine. How high you jump, how many shots, how fast you run. They diagnosing you and analyzing you. And if you slip, they gonna trade you. Come on, that's a lot. It's a lot of work. If you want to be great, man, you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. Ain't nobody giving nothing away free. No. Cause and effect. The reason why LeBron James make that money the way he make $100 million is because he caused things to happen. He caused more money to come because people want to see him. That's what cause and effect is. If you a farmer and you want tomatoes, you can't go and plant apple seeds. No, you cause tomatoes because you plant the seed. What are you doing? And how you control your future is right now. You have to cause something to happen and to have an effect tomorrow or have an effect next week. I did something yesterday that's going to I'm going to see the effects in the next 2 weeks. Now I am just addicted to the cause and effect. I know ain't no time off. How you broke and you talking about living for the weekend and you ain't got no money? You're supposed to be thinking just because you work for the man and the woman and you don't really like your job and they paying you 9 to 5 and now it's 5 o'clock and you have a choice to go cause and effect to make your life better. You choose not to. That's your choice. And on the weekends, you don't learn, you don't pick up, you're not trying to sharpen your brain, you're not asking no questions. No wonder you are where you are. Now, if you come to the Henderson Financial Group, we got all kind of programs to help you with your goals. You tell me what you want to do. You tell me what you want to do, I'll tell you how to do it. Why? Because that's all we do here. We play chess, not checkers. We think. Okay, but we need your help. You got to be committed. You got to have something in order for your cup to run over. You got to have a cup. You want more, but you don't have nothing to work with. At least you can identify nothing to work with. And I had this one lady say, she 55 years old, she don't want to work no more, but she don't have the money to take her through another 30 years. She don't. What kind of mess is that? That's like saying you want 1 + 1 = 7. I can't make that happen. That's simple math. You can't make 1 + 1 = 7. No. If you want 7, you got to come up with another 5. You got 1 + 1, that's just 2. We need 5. That's the goal. So anything you want to do, I want you to start understanding you got a causation. There's whole studies on causations. Matter of fact, you don't have what I'm telling you about is the way of life. You ain't got to go to no college to figure out what I'm talking about. They should have been teaching us this in grade school, middle school, okay, elementary school, right along with the ABCs. Cause and effect. Cause. You want to go ahead and you want to use drugs? You should know the effects. You should know the effects. If you want to overeat, you already know the effects of overeating. You could have had 1 burger, but you're gonna have 5 burgers. You already know. You know what you think is going. It's the cause and that's the effect. And most of y'all are in love with effects. That's not where the muscle, that's not where the power is. The power is in the cause. I want you all today and all this week to focus on the cause, not the effect. The effect is the cake after it has been put together. That's the end result. So the effect is the end result. This shirt is the effect of somebody putting it together, material design. A lot of that stuff went inside of that first. That's where all the power is. We have got to start working on the causes, not the effects. The effects is for the masses. The masses. Why do you think every year they keep on changing the models of the same cars? Mercedes-Benz got, listen, when I was coming up, Mercedes-Benz probably had 2 or 3 different models. Now Mercedes-Benz got a model and a budget for every income level. You can get a $20,000 Mercedes now. Come on, you can get a $15,000. You can get a used one for $9,000. You got a Mercedes. They have 20 different versions of Mercedes. They have 20 different kind of BMWs. 20 different type of Lexuses. That's because they're trying to. All of these are effects. The shiny objects. They're effects. And before you know it, you keep focusing on these effects, you're gonna be busted, broke, and disgusted. And later on, you're gonna say, man, I've been had. They got me. And trust me, they work on getting you with advertising, with magazines, with your friends, with the entertainers, with the show business people. All that is to brainwash you to get your money. It's all about money. They tell us about black and white. That's just play. It's all about green. I'm telling you. Trust me. It's about green. If it wasn't about green, I wouldn't have no white friends. Listen, outside the Henderson Financial Group, everybody I deal with don't look like me. And they will not be dealing with me if I didn't have value. And the only reason why they deal with me, they probably like me now, but it's about money more. And if I didn't make no money, if all of a sudden, if I wasn't helping making money and being a top producer, they wouldn't know my name. They'll drop me. You got to understand who you are and where you at and your value. And you can't sleep on your value. And if you want more money, you have to deal with cause and effect. What are you doing? If you want more, you got to be effective. You got to cause something to happen. Make this stuff happen. Deal with it. Now think about it. I want you all to think about what I'm saying. Look around and use an example. You cannot find no example with cause and effect is not present. It is. It's part of our whole lives. Habits. A lot of your habits, people say, I'm not like that. Let me first of all, let's clear that up. I'm not like that. Let me tell you something. That's an attitude. You can be whoever you want to be like. You can change it. Don't be stuck on stupid. That's the way I am. I don't say I'm sorry. I just never did that. Where is that going to get you? You say I'm sorry if you're going to get you where you need to go. And saying I'm sorry could be a cause of an effect for a better relationship. Yes. So you got to get out of you, man. You got to understand how this thing works. I'm telling y'all this. I'm giving y'all some magical stuff. Y'all praying and praying and praying. God says right there, I gave it to you. The universal laws. God, please, 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 please. God, like, come on, man, you come on. It's right there. I'm giving it to you. Praying. You supposed to pray to God that help you to see. Don't be, God, I need more money. What? God, I need to know how to eat this food. All this food in front of me. God, just please show me how to eat it. Open your mouth. Come on, y'all praying? Come on. You're supposed to pray, God, please help me to see what I don't see. Because I know it's here. I know it's all around me. Please help me to think, Father. Please take these shackles. I've been programmed. That's what you're supposed to be praying. Because all of us can be more than what we are. I'm telling you. That's why I do what I do. Because when I see you come in, I'm like, okay, I need you to do this. We're a team. We're going to work on this. And when we have a plan and this thing grows, man, you talking about somebody happy. I'm more happy than you. It's like a parent. It's like somebody who knows something that can see something that you can't see. And then when it comes to fruition and you don't get rid of those debts, just like a lot of people that have debt, we use this thing called a family bank. It works if you work it. Some people, man, y'all should be beating the door. I should have a line outside my door on how to use other people's money to get out of debt. And the report has already came out and said that 67% of people don't even have no kind of financial coach or advisor. They lean on their own understanding. You got to be a fool to lean on your own understanding. Why do you think that, like I just said, the major CEOs read 60 books a year or more? That's because they're trying to get more information. And that's what it's about. They're trying to get more. Don't ever think you are to the top and there's no more brains for you. There's no more to learn. Information and knowledge and wisdom is just infamous. I mean, it's just infinity. It's endless. It's limitless. It's limitless. And you got to think of yourself like that. You can retire from the job, but it ain't over for you if you still want to live. If you still want to live, you retire from the job. That's okay. You was working in the warehouse. Now you tired of driving the bus. That's okay. That's fine. Now I need for you to do your thing. It's your time. And I want you to think. And it's a lot of stuff to do. It's a lot because it's all service. It's helping your fellow man. And when you help your fellow man by thinking, you helping yourself. You will prosper. But you got to zero in and cause. Look around. Don't just be watching TV all the time. They're already rich. Denise Ward, let the church say amen. It works. I remember Denise came in and I told her something. She said, I don't think I could. I said, listen, just listen to me. She listened to me. She made a commitment. I'm so proud of Denise. Oh my God. Denise, when I see a goal and a plan come together, that's why I do what I do. It's your money, but I get blessed anytime I help another God-sent person because you had to be sent by, you weren't sent by the devil. You weren't sent by a negative force because negative force don't want you to come. You had to be sent by the higher. So when Denise Ward came to me, I remember, Denise, I can remember like it was yesterday. As a matter of fact, I sat down and with you. Then I left my desk and came on the side of you and sat next to you. You remember that? I remember that, man. I don't know. That's just a gift. And now to see you, oh my God, brings chills to me. Let the church say amen. I'm not lying to you all. I'm telling you the truth. This ain't no hocus pocus. It works if you work it. But you got a part to play, man. You gotta do it. It's a commitment. You got to be able to have discipline. How bad do you really want it? I think a lot of people just talk. But if you really want it, it's impossible for you not to get it. And time is your friend. If you're doing the right thing, it may appear like it's going to take a long time, but 5 years done flew by. Come on, let the church say amen. Y'all know 5 years went by fast. Look at 2020. It's 2023. Where did 2021 or 2022 go? It flew by. It ain't wait for nobody. Yeah, some people ain't making, some people dead, but you still alive. That means it's a demonstration for you. There's something to do. And the more you put it off doing what you're supposed to do, the longer it's going to take. Let the church say amen. Shay, daughter-in-law, the church say amen. You got to believe. It all starts with you. And you need a coach. Don't try to do this on your own. Me, Robert Henderson, I don't do nothing on my own. I need some help. People that know me from all the people who I work with, I'm telling you, I'm a team player. There go another one, Parnell Victor, 10 years. It's not a long time compared to the rest of your life. That's right. You should be able to say, I can do this. When I tell you guys about this 32% annuity, you got 20,000. I don't care if you have money in an old retirement account or if you have money sitting somewhere in the bank. When you have money in the bank, let me tell you something. The banking rules in the U.S. says that if you put $1,000 or $500, any amount of money you have in a savings account or checking account, it says that a bank or credit union can leverage it 10 times. What I mean by that is, it's like saying that you have $100 in your pocket, but you could buy $1,000 worth of merchandise. Isn't that something? So if you have $1,000 in the bank ain't paying you nothing, but they can lend out $10,000. If you have $10,000 in the bank ain't paying you nothing, but now they can lend out to the merchants, the people in line, $100,000. It's make-believe money. It's called fiat money. So they making more money on make-believe money, and it's legal for banking enterprises, credit union. You saving money in the bank. No, money's supposed to be there to work. You got to understand how money works. Today, if you're just coming in late, we're talking about the laws of cause and effect. The effects that you are seeing, you caused them. Yes, you did. You married that joker. Yes, you did. You married Juicy Lucy. You married Juicy Lucy, and she's spending all your money, and you keep talking about why? You caused it. You picked her. You can unpick her, but you in love. What love got to do with it? How you feel? Love don't hurt you like that. Come on. If she love you, she'll be on the same page as you. You got to get rid of that, man. You scared to be alone? Come on. You're alone when you go in the bathroom. And I'm going to tell you something. If you get your mind right, the universe will send somebody to be with you. I promise you. You got to have your heart right and your mind right. And you got bad credit. How you want the universe to send somebody to you and your credit bad? Come on. If you got all them bad habits, how you praying for somebody? You got bad habits. You selfish. You want to get a man to just take care of you? Come on. Come on. What kind of God gonna send a good man for you to rip him off and make him feel bad? Who you think you fooling? You think it's Santa Claus? This is the universe. See everything that you don't. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it don't see you. Let's say that again, because I don't want y'all to let that slip by. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it don't see you. There's a lot of brothers and sisters that are in jail because they didn't see what saw them. They didn't see them cameras. They didn't see them cameras on the poles. They didn't see them. Just because they don't see them, that don't mean they don't see you. Now, think about the creator of the universe. You think you can hide from something you can't even find or see? You think there's a secret? You wondering how you got found out? Come on. As soon as you understand this ain't no hocus pocus, this is real. And if you abide by these universal laws and these principles, I promise you, your life will be much better. It's never too late. It's never too late. And if you're listening to this program, it was in divine order for you to listen. Not your wife. If she ain't listening, it ain't her time. You can tell about it. Maybe she'll tune in. But if she don't want to tune in, it's her prerogative. It ain't everybody don't wake up the same time. You got a governor here in Florida that don't want no. He got an anti-woke law. Can you believe that? He want people to be asleep. Why would you not want to be woke? Why would you want to be dumb? Why would they still want us to believe that Christopher Columbus discovered America? Why would they want to? You know why? Because they want to fool you and rip you off and have you ignorant and just take you and eat your lunch. That's why. You learn. Life is about learning. As long as I'm on this planet, I'm going to continue to learn. Whatever I know, I don't know nothing, because whatever I know is like a little pebble on the beach. And I think I know something. But I'm 64 right now. But when I was 40, I thought I knew something until I turned 50. When I turned 50, I said, oh my God, I was ignorant at 40. And then when I turned 50, I said, oh my God, I was dumb as I don't know what. And then when I turned 60, I said, oh my God, if I would have knew right now at 60 what I knew at 50, oh my God. And now at 64, I'm like, my goodness gracious, if I would have knew this strategy that I know at 64, September, I'll be 65. Do you think at the rate I'm going, I'm going to be dumber at 70 or smarter? My mother, who 85 years old, she said, boy, how you keep getting smarter? Ain't you tired? I said, Ma, I'm smarter than I ever been in my life. I can't wait to 70. Oh, my goodness. I ain't stopping. It's about me. It's for me. It ain't for the man. It's for me and my knowledge and my understanding, my eyes, man. I pray, like me and James T say, God, please pray. Just give me this. Give me the things that I hope for, the things that I can't see. I don't even know. That's what I want. Because it's out there. The best invention has not even been invented yet. The best song hasn't been sung yet. Can you believe? The best movie hasn't even come out. The best food hasn't even been tasted yet. Come on, man. You good, better, best. Never let them rest until your good become your better and your better become your best. Yes, I'm Robert Henderson Jr., president, founder, CEO of the Henderson Financial Group. You call us. Everything is confidential. Everybody got stuff, so don't be embarrassed. Don't wait till you get yours. Don't wait until you clean your act up, then come to us. What good is that? You come as you are. It's like trying to get fine and get in shape before you go to the gym. Come fat and sloppy. All right, we'll tone you up. We'll do it before and after. Come fat and sloppy financially. You messed up. Come like that. And if you do think your financial house is good and you got it made, come and I'm gonna show you what you don't know that you ain't know. Because it's always better. It's always better. It's always a better way. I'm telling you. That's my story, and I'm out. Boy, I got some. Boy, Linda ain't cut me off. See, Linda ain't here, man. I can get buck wild, right? Listen, y'all learned something. Put a 1 in. Thank you. James C. and I are going to come up at Understanding Part 2 at 10:15. I got to go speak at a church today at 1 o'clock from 1 to 3. I got to speak at a church. So I bought my suit. I don't wear no ties, man. I'm done. Done with them ties. But I got to go speak. And then I got another event later on today. And then I got an event tomorrow. Usually on Sundays, I chill with my friends, Neil and Ivor. We ride bikes. Last week, we rode on a dirt road somewhere I never even been. I like that. But listen, cause and effect. What are you causing in order to get the effects that you're getting? Because you are doing something. It's you. According to the law, you can't blame nobody. It's you, because you are the thinker to think the thoughts, and you are the doer to do it. You take the action. Unless they got a gun to your head, you did it. You ate all that. You spent your money. You did that. You did it. If they ain't paying you enough, then you know they ain't paying you enough. You get your second job, get your second hustle. You free unless they got you on shackles. You got to do something, learn something. Got to go. Otherwise, I'll be talking another hour. Peace, love, happiness. We'll be back with you. Understanding Part 2. That's what I like, people. Learn. I love y'all. I tell you, I do. I get my blessings for helping y'all, and I'm transparent. All right? 305-825-1444. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Peace off.